All right, back with Market Sense, and let's get in a fundamental view going. We are down about a percent for the Nifty, above 5600, but below that key level of 5630 that a lot of people have cited. How does it look on the fundamental end? Jagannathan Thirugunthula of SMC joins us right now on the show. Good having you, Jagannathan. Thanks so much for taking the time out. The moot question, which a lot of people are thinking about right now, is what does one do with PSU banks? They have been hammered out of shape till now, but there has been no rate cut. The provisioning has gone up, in fact, which could only hurt the PSU banks. What would your call be here?
I think PSU banks, if somebody is having 1 year, 2 year kind of frame, then probably that's a different discussion. But in the short term, it's appearing that 1 or 2 quarters more pain of NPA is appearing to be there. That's definitely a concern. And also today, RBI increasing the inflation expectation, meaning thereby indirectly RBI is conveying that even in the next 1 or 2 meetings, there will not be any rate cuts. So I think it will be a long wait. I think PSU banks outperformance is not going to come in the next 1 quarter at least.
Jagan, what is the expectation from Maruti? It's expected to be a fairly muted quarter. Do you think that right now in the stock price, all of the Manesar wars, the rupee movement has already been factored in?
Yeah, I think even though it may be a muted quarter, but in case of Maruti, more or less people are guessing that. And on top of that, the biggest worry is that how far the automobile companies will be able to catch up the demand of this festive season. And different predictions and different studies suggest that probably this festive season may not be as robust as in general what Diwali kind of mood. So meaning thereby the automobile pickup, if it won't happen, so automobile stocks may also remain the range bound. All in all, I think overall the market setup is also appearing to be in very tight range bound if the US related problems won't settle down or Europe related problems won't settle down, I think even breakdown will not be ruled out.
And what is your expectation from Dr. Reddy's this time around? The ET Now poll is factoring a 21% uptick in the top line.
Yeah, I think it should be a decent quarter, and also the only thing is all the valuations have already captured in all the best times for these companies. So that is valuation is a concern, but in the performance and financials front, I think it should be a decent quarter.
Okay, from what we're gathering, just an update, there is apparently a threat of a storm that could happen in Tamil Nadu as well. With all that's happened in the US, I'm sure it will raise a bit of nerves for people and business alike in that region. Just an update to be given. Okay, so Jagannathan, I know you spoke about the medium term and wherein that's a different view that people should have on the PSU banking law. If you were to talk from a medium term perspective and not really a trading perspective, would you go out and buy some of the PSU names, or do you believe that there'll be better opportunities to buy and therefore just wait for a day or 2 or maybe 3 days?
No, in medium term, let's say 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, I think it makes sense to go and buy some of these PSU banks. NPA problems are there, but even then I think some of the fears may get reduced over a period of next 1 or 2 quarters. I think at this valuations, PNB will not be a bad bet. Fair enough. I think 4.6% gross NPA is not at all comforting. But when we are talking about 6 months, 1 year kind of frame, I think one should believe that these kind of times may not be a bad time to enter into, say, PNB, even SBI for that matter. Even in the mid-level, even Bank of India may not, and IOB may not be a bad choice.
Okay, PNB, IOB as well as SBI wouldn't be a bad bet. What about the media stocks, given that the digitization deadline is now approaching? Would you buy into any of these names?
No, I think that was sort of maybe a factored in story to that extent. I'm not sure whether it makes sense to enter them at this point. But if somebody is already having, one can always enjoy the momentum. But at this point, fresh buy may not be warranted.
Okay. Jagannathan, one final word. What is it that you would, aside of the PSU banking law, what is it that you would advise clients to look at based on earnings or based on news flow?
I think some of these, I think L&T Finance is one thing is appearing to be an interesting play. I think a decent company, even the stock is appearing to be a good momentum, and if any banking license related news, I think there should be a little more action. L&T Finance is appearing to be a convincing bit.
Thanks very much, Jagannathan, for joining in and giving us your fundamental opinion on the markets. It's 56.04 on the index and down by 164 points on the Sensex right now.